Hi, I'm Cindy on 96.1 The Eagle. In the studio with me, Mark and Anna from Awesome Monkey Productions. You're a goofball. And we're going to talk. We're going to talk about The Legacy. That's also another movie. You're not only focusing on Murder Hill, but The Legacy is really important to you, Anna.
Yes.
So tell me where that movie's at.
That movie is in post-production. So we have a wonderful musician who a composer who is working on the music for that, and that's Gia Rushad.
Come on, you can do it.
It's Gia.
It's Gia. Yeah. And so she's working on that, and the music's really good, and it's helping a lot. And it's also being Claude is the director is also editing it, and he's doing the final editing.
Now this is a
now.
story that's really important to you.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about the story of Legacy?
Sure. My dad, when he was in his teens, he was married to my mom. He married early, and he was, I think, 20 when my brother was born, and my brother died 2 days after he was born. And so when, for one of my brother's birthdays, my dad went to the cemetery, and he was trying to grieve his loss and have this moment, and there was someone else in the graveyard who was kind of interrupting that moment, and my dad kept kind of, getting irritated with what was going on, and that's what this story is about.
About daddy's grieving too.
Daddy's grieve too.
Yes.
Because when you have an infant that passes, or something like that tragic happens, a lot of times the focus is on the mom. And this was about, my dad still grieves that loss to this day, and he hasn't necessarily dealt with it, and there aren't that many support groups that deal with things like that for men, and so that's what this is about, is kind of to give awareness to that, and it's also to talk about how everybody grieves in their own way, and
so is Tom Proctor in this one as well?
Yeah, so
Yes.
we, this was, because it was such a kind of to-home experience and a very personal, so we wanted to put a really good actor in there. And Tom, even though Tom goes from, his role in Murder Hill, he's such a great across-the-board actor.
He really is.
Yeah, we decided to use him, and when we were in post-production and we were looking at the shots that we had gotten for the 2 days of filming we did on Legacy, it was amazing to see the transformation he did. And the role that he did. It was absolutely phenomenal. It will be released with a few private showings, especially for folks in Utica who really helped us with the filming. And it was actually shot in Calvary Cemetery and also Forest Hill Cemetery. So both of those locations were used for the entire shooting of the film. So, they'll get private showings and all that. We won't go to a wide release until it gets submitted to Sundance and a few other film festivals.
That'll be next year now, right?
That will be next year.
Yeah.
We missed a few cutoffs of some festivals only because we're dealing with a lot in our production slate right now. So we missed a few of that timeline-wise, but that's okay. Because it allows us to perfect what we really need.
What are you hoping for with this film? Are you hoping, is it going to stay on a small scale and only available on a DVD, or is it going to be shown?
No, it's going to be on a small scale, and it'll be available to the public basically on demand and digital. So people will be able to go to Vimeo and YouTube and just watch. It's only about 10, 15 minutes long.
That was my next question.
And
How long
is it? It's not made for that type of pay for distribution. It'll be available for free so people can see it. And it's more of the message of it getting out there. This isn't a film to, wasn't put on our slate just so we can make money off something. It was for the art of filming and for the independent community to show what we could do and what our actors
and also a little healing.
And that's a lot of it from my perspective. It was such an emotional story of what happened to my dad that day in the graveyard, and he told me about it, and I said, I have to write it, and then Mark read it, and I said, okay, now we have to make it. I hope that's okay. So we're doing it with his blessing.
Well, I'm sure you did a great job. You're an award-winning writer. You have trained with the absolute best.
Thank
and
you.
So we're really lucky to have you in our area and promoting your business. That is fantastic.
Well, we appreciate it.